Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back for Championship Sunday. We are live from the Gfinity studio here at the Gfinity Arena. It's the Spring Masters final day. We started things off with 16 teams. Today, we're down to our final 8. But boys, before we jump into the bracket for today, we got to talk about how we got here with the group. I'm Chris Puckett, joined by Allier and Mud Dog. Shout out to Killa. We are going to break it down, fellas, starting with Group A. Allier, talk me through it. We started with 16 teams. Yes. Our first Group A, Optic Gaming, Strictly Business, Epsilon, and Gamers 2. How did things sort out?
Yeah, we saw Optic Gaming come out with a nice 2-0, winning both of their matches. So they successfully through today. And, of course, Epsilon performed really well, winning against SB, the US team. So doing fantastic. And, yeah, Optic Gaming, Epsilon, doing a great job from Group A.
And then, of course, in Group B, Mud Dog, we saw Denial as the favorite coming in. How did things shake out?
Denial, again, they went map 5 with TCM. We're able to take them out, but TCM was able to bounce back with a win over Hyper Games that advanced them to the bracket play.
Awesome. And then over to Group C, we have Envy, who are, of course, playing with Merc. They're still doing a fantastic job, again, winning both of their matches. And we saw a crazy, crazy match yesterday of Optic Nation going all the way to Game 5, S&D round 11. Could have gone either way, but Optic Nation took it. Crazy, crazy games.
Yeah, Killa made the play call. We're going to A site. Embos with the big turn on to start off that final round. It was Nation shocking Vitality Storm, who had an awesome comeback, but they fell just short. But over in Group D, this was pretty dominant for Prophecy. They came in, everyone thought maybe TK would be the strongest team in this group. Not at all. It was Prof through and through. The second best squad was Aware, who took out TK not once, but twice to secure their spot in the single elimination bracket. So those are our final 8 teams. Yesterday, at the end of the show, we did the live draw to see who would face off against each other to start the day. And I have to say, I absolutely love the single elimination bracket. So many great matches to start things off already in the quarterfinals. Let's take a look at it. At the very top of your bracket, you got Prophecy facing off against Epsilon. The funny part here, Team Revenge, they had 4 players, the runners-up from the World Championship. Those 4 players split half and half. 50% went to Prophecy. The other half went down to Epsilon. So that's going to be a little battle of former teammates as well as some stellar players there, with Aches, Apathy representing Prof. On the other side, Mad Cat, and, of course, Swanee there for Epsilon. Denial versus Optic Nation. Honestly, a huge test for Optic Nation. They haven't played stellar yet in this tournament. There's a lot of questions surrounding them. We know they have the talent. Can they keep up with Denial? That's the big question coming into that match. And then we're going to see another great battle. Envious and TCM, the battle of the blue. Different players this time. We're going to see how things shake out. I don't know who to pick in this one. TCM doing great in the early stages of the group. Unable to win the group, but very close. They took their opponent's Denial all the way to Game 5. And then we see Optic Gaming versus Aware. 2 green squads facing off against each other. Mud Dog, impressions from this bracket. Who do you think has the easier, the tougher side?
You know, I'd probably say the tougher side is the top half of the bracket. First of all, with that Prophecy Epsilon match, one thing you have to take into account, there's 2 revenge players, or the groups of revenge players that played with each other. When you grind with your teammates, practice a lot, you learn a lot of tendencies, pick up things, and then when you go to play against them, you know, you have some of those in the back of your head, so you might have to deal with that.
Allier, out of those quarterfinals, which match are you looking forward to the most?
8 fantastic teams. All these matchups are going to be crazy. TCM and Envious. I think Optic Gaming and Aware will be fantastic. As you said, Aware performed really well to take out TK and to make it today to Sunday. So I think it's going to be a really good matchup.
You know, I said maybe Aware is the strongest team from the UK. TCM still trying to prove that they are the strongest squad after all their practice over in the Pro League. We'll have to see who fares best in their the quarterfinal matchups. But don't know which way it's going to go, guys, but we do know the order of our matches today on the main stage. Let's take a look at the action. Prophecy, Epsilon. I think this is going to be the best match of the quarterfinals, and it's happening to kick off our show. The Battle of TR will go down. Then we'll see Denial versus Optic Nation, Envy versus TCM before Optic Gaming faces Aware. After that, we'll have our 2 semifinals there in the round of 4 before the grand finals, where we will decide who is the Gfinity Masters champion. It's all going down here on the main stage on Championship Sunday. Fantastic matches ahead of us, guys, and we're kicking things off with the best one. Prophecy facing off against Epsilon. Mud Dog, Give me some initial thoughts here as we take a look at the Epsilon roster.
You know, this is a really unique matchup. We have two similar dynamics on both of the teams. On Epsilon here, you have Remy and Faccento, and then on the opposite side, you're going to have Aquad and Nagafen. Both young guns, and then on each team, Mad Cat and Swanee are going to kind of mirror Apathy and Aches in terms of the leadership role. Very experienced players. It's going to be an interesting matchup here.
Allier, after watching Epsilon yesterday, who do you think is playing the strongest for this squad?
I'm a big Swanee fan, so I'm going to be watching out for Swanee. Hopefully he can be making those key plays to help out his team. So, yeah, repping Swanee here.
Swanee's got to be the power AR for them in this series, and he is going to have some tough competition on the other side of things. Let's take a look at our Prophecy squad. It's been newly tooled, rebuilt here. Aches went after Aqua and Nagafen for a reason, and we see how strong this Prophecy team is now, letting Apathy absolutely go off, dropping 40 bombs in almost every single hard point. Aches right behind them. They're becoming the Super Slayers that we've known for them to be in previous Call of Duty titles. I love what Nagafen does. He's going to do the selfless role, fill in those gaps, play defense when needed. He will jump on basically the sword at any time for his teammates. And Aqua, he is doing a great job of just controlling the map, constantly putting that sub presence there. And we'll see, will Prophecy be able to fight through? I got to get your guys' opinions here. What are your predictions coming into this matchup? Allier, I will start with you. Do you think it's going to be Epsilon, or will Prof make it on in this tournament?
It's going to be close. It's going to be close. I think because I want Epsilon to win, I'm going to go 3-2 Epsilon.
3-2?
Yeah.
Going to game 5. Mud Dog?
You know, I think all the matches are going to be close, as Allier said, but I think Prof's going to be able to pull out a 3-1 victory here.
It all comes down to how well is Swanee playing today. Mad Cat was pretty darn consistent yesterday. Swanee started off so well in their matchups against Optic Gaming, but then was shut down at times. He needs to be the power AR from start to finish. I think he could do that against this Prophecy squad. I know what I'm getting out of the TR boys, and honestly, that's the matchup I'm looking out for. Former teammates, now rivals here on the main stage. Only 2 of them will advance in this tournament. It's about to go down. The players are getting ready. They're going into game number 1 of the best of 5, and we're going to send it down to our casters to kick off the action.
All right. Thank you, Chris. I'll tell you what. If Swanee doesn't retire and become a Calvin Klein model in his post-Call of Duty days, I've lost all faith in humanity. Even he had that, like, blue steel look going in his pick for the team. Now, seriously, though, this is going to be an incredible matchup. For these 2 teams, if you're talking about 2 squads that you maybe weren't sure what to expect out of, just because they were kind of thrown together last minute, this has to be the 2 squads that were most talked about for us casters especially. But going into this, who are you picking?
I said it before, and I'll say it again. I think Prophecy. I just look at that squad. Look how well they've played so far this weekend. Epsilon, yes, they give a good account of themselves against Optic, but they never really looked in contention. I think Prophecy can do something this weekend. I just think Prophecy are going to edge it. I think it's going to be close, but I think they just do have that slight upper hand at the moment.
No, I agree. A lot of it comes down to Captain Patrick Price for me. He was a little bit inconsistent before Champs. Had a pretty solid World Final there. Played really well throughout the weekend, and I believe he has like a 1-5 ratio right now. I haven't had a chance to cast them yet, but everything I've seen on Twitter, he's been absolutely crushing. On the flip side, I've casted both of Epsilon's matches. They look very, very strong day 1. Day 2, they ran into the green wall, and it was just they looked frustrated. You would see their faces. They just looked defeated, but it's a new day. It's Sunday. I'm excited to see what the guys can bring.
Yeah, Sunday is a completely different day. I said teams tend to turn up that little bit more than they need to. We're going to see this game get kicked off in just a second, but, I mean, what are you going to go with map scores? I mean, I'm going to say 3-2 Prof, because I think as if Epsilon's S&Ds are going to be pretty strong, but I just think Prophecies might just clutch up.
3-0 Prophecy.
3-0 Prophecy going out
I think
there.
they're bringing the thunder, man. They've been playing. They've been playing real well. The only thing I was really worried about with this team beforehand was just, there was some stuff between Aches and Apathy kind of leading into Champs. He said he didn't really feel comfortable teaming with him for the $1 million event. They're back together, though, and so far, I mean, they've yet to drop a map. They're playing very strong. But the thing I like the most about this matchup, I know they mentioned it a lot earlier talking in the studio, but the fact that it's kind of the matchup of the TR squad. They have this miracle run. They get runner-up at COD Champs. They end up splitting up, and now both sides here to go up against each other. This is some exciting stuff. But, Ton, take a look at these stats for me.
Oh man, I mean Aquad, some of the players we've seen coming out of him last week, if you were watching the SWC, the snipes this guy can pull off. Very, very well played in the S&Ds. SD plants per game, not many at all, but his S&D KD speaks volumes. 1.33, that's a very, very strong kill to death ratio. And you know, any pro player that's hitting above 1.1, for me, that is really, really strong from anybody. Because if you're playing against the best players in the world and you're going positive, yes, it's not all about kill to death ratio, but it's always very, very good to have that positive kill to death ratio.
I mean, you need a couple guys at least going positive on your squad and bringing the slang. For me, the thing that stands out for Aqua, you know, I've talked about it a few times when I've casted him. He looks like the most annoying player to play against ever. He's always the guy that's in a corner. 1, 2 guys run by the hard point. He just gets these easy cleanup kills from behind. He has very, very good positioning. He plays very smart. Sometimes it seems like he plays the game a little bit slower for Advanced Warfare than a lot of other guys do. He's just patient. He makes huge plays time and time again. Really, really fun to watch. He's going to be a big piece of this if they're going to take this series.
I want to touch on something that Mudog said. These two revenge players on other sides of the table, they're going to know how each other plays. So that's probably going to come into it. You know, Remy and Faccento will be looking at this and say, right, okay, you know, Aqua and Nagafen, they'll be telling Swanee exactly what they're going to do. They'll be telling Magcat exactly what they're going to do. And on the other side of things, they're going to be doing exactly the same. You know, it's going to be a tough game for both teams because there is going to be a little bit of counteraction there, but there's Swanee.
He is your dream man. Look at that overall KD, 1.10, just putting up impressive stats throughout the weekend. You know, again, he is that, I don't want to say turd exactly, but he is that more stationary AR. He will just slay out. You know, if it's retreat, he's locking down poolside, just picking up kill after kill after kill. I mean, we've seen him do that all weekend. The only struggle he really had is, you know, he's running into the AR of Formal. He's got scump in his face against Optic. He looked flustered. But I really do think against anyone else, outside of a handful of players, when he's going up again, he's going to win that AR battle.
His shot is just so much on
60,
point.
70% of the time,
like,
he's going to be the one controlling
it. He does not miss bullets. That's the thing with Swanee. If you are in his sights and he can get a clean shot on you, you will go down. It's as simple as that. So, you know, if you present the opportunities to him, he's going to do some work, but he needs to get himself in those positions, and he needs those SMGs to be aggressive for him, so he doesn't get put in a position where he is going to get taken out. But something he does fantastically well is stay alive. That's why you see him putting up these decent amount of numbers, but you never really see him with that many deaths.
Well, yeah, because he's not going to be very close to the hard point, very close to the flag. No, he's going to be the one picking up those kills. He is your primary slayer. Now, map number 1, I do believe, is going to be Solar Hardpoint, which we're going to be kicking it off into soon. Here, we'll actually have a graphic for you right now. Take a look at the maps. Let's go through game 1. Solar, who do you think has the advantage here?
Wow, it's going to be hard. I think Prophecy are going to take the first map. I think I'll just run through it quickly. Prophecy first map, Epsilon second map, Prophecy third map. Although, actually, I'm not sure. Third map's the decider for me.
I'm going Prophecy 1, 2, 3.
You think?
Yep.
You're that confident for them?
Oh, I really am. It's, you know, there was actually a picture taken of me. I was giving Aches a little pregame shoulder massage, getting him warmed up. It wasn't creepy at all, I swear.
Not even a little bit.
I was getting him ready. You know, it's early morning. Got to get fired up here. But no, really big fan of all the players in this one. Really going to be a fun one to start off the day, as we will kick it off. Anyone in particular you want to start off with?
I'm going to say, stick with the Prophecy score. Let's go with Nagafen straight off the back of things here. Grenades flying over, and we're just going to go at this little scrappy point in the middle. You can pick up a few points on this one, but it's really just about the spawns. Get some kills. Now it's Swanee straight away with the 2 kills down the left-hand side, and Glass Control is going to go to Epsilon.
And we'll see Aqua here. He's able to pick up 1, gets pushed by several more. He is going to drop. Control right now, though, is going to be the Apathy. We'll get signs on with him as he is going to rock this bow. 1 player coming up the top Glass, able to clean that up. So far, Control right now going to be in the hands of Prof, as they've been able to rock it, but a couple down right now.
Aqua's just picked up a nice 2-piece, though, with the SM1, getting some points on the board. He does go down, though. Let's see if Nagafen can hold it down. 14, Prophecy makes 1. Is he going to be the second as well? They're going to hold this down. It is currently contested, but Prophecy with a pretty decent lead with 15 seconds to go left on the first hardpoint. 2-piece going to come in there from Aqua, and that's something you talked about. He just pops in there, 2-piece. Nice and easy cleanups. Nothing special. It's dirty work, but he does so well at it. Look at the position of Madcat as we go on to the next rotation. 25-6, it is to Prophecy.
Yep, he did the thing they could do there. You know, they got, what, like a 20-point deficit in that one. Able complete control for the most part for Prophecy to kick it off, but you saw Madcat getting in that power position to start off this one, and this should be able to get them some time, but no one really in the hard point right now. You know, he was waiting for that flank to come, but everyone pushing from the front right now, and that's going to allow the squad here to get complete control. Time going to go to Prophecy, and really for me, they should have at least got the first 10, 20 points in this, as Madcat picked up 2 kills there right in and around the hill. They got no time throughout that.
Yeah, I think that's really just down to the team chemistry. It doesn't seem to be there. These guys are literally a pickup squad, albeit of players who are fantastic and they can win championships on their own, but this team will not necessarily have the cohesion that they do need to have. Currently contested, they're on board with Madcat. 1 point or so on that one, and currently it is Prophecy continuing with their lead of around 20 points straight off the back of that first one. Kills going down and being traded by both teams, but on board with Madcat. Going in for a flank, and Prophecy going to try and come in, and it's not going to happen for Epsilon. They are all going to go down X with a 2-piece.
And Remy trying to get what time he can here. You saw it was contested. And so far, I mean, look at, there's not actually that many points on the board considering we've been through 2 hills. Just 45 to 18, 30-point advantage right now coming in from the guys from Prophecy. But not able to really get a lot of time in either. It's been really, really back and forth. Most of that hill was actually contested. Let's switch over. Who's going to be at the forefront here? This is going to be Madcat. He's leading the way with all Slayers right now at 11 and 5. Make it 12, starting to heat up.
Yeah, when Madcat does get heated up, he can get some big kills on the board. You know, Swanee and Madcat, both brilliant ARs in their own right, but at the moment Madcat is primarily SMG, but that's a good kill by Faccento, trying to get inside there. Did contest just a second. Madcat picked up one, did go down. Apathy though, what can Remy say about that? Gets the first, not quite. Apathy with a 2-piece of his own, hold things down. Is he going to make the third? Not going to matter. Yes, he does. Very, very well played by Apathy, looking for more as per usual, but it is all coming in at the moment from Prophecy. 4 men do go down, and very well held at the moment by the Prophecy team.
And Apathy just absolutely crushing, like he said, he is on the 4 spree right now. 12 and 9, hunting down this player, able to pick him up, hunting another as well. Can he get it? Make it 6. There's the 7th up top. He's running out of ammo with all guns, but finally able to clean it up. He's putting on a clinic right now. You know, you hear about this player. He makes the big plays, the hero plays, and he's doing it right now. Great stuff out of Apathy.
Fantastic work there, going over at the same time. Yes, it did seem as if Epsilon were going to make themselves there over. They just held on that little bit too long. Got caught in the back by Apathy. Fantastic work by him. He hasn't died yet. There's the 9th kill in a row. Apathy going off behind the main scene.
Got another! Apathy. Look at the kill feed. Headshot, headshot, headshot. The guy is not missing bullets. 19 and 9, 11 spree. Just absolutely putting on a clinic. Stay away from this man right now.
The ASM-1 in his hands. He only has 6 bullets left. That's how many kills he's got down.
Somebody drop him a gun.
Somebody needs to help him out because he needs to continue the streak. 11 kills in a row, 19 and 9. Not quite going to hit 12. He does go down, but you're going to take your hat out to him for that streak there. Look at Prophecy's lead now.
Well, that was ridiculous because I believe he was on 11, was it? Nagafen was on a 6. They both dropped at the same time. So between the two, a 17 spree. You can see that being calculated there with the score as well, as they're up 111 to 44. 50 seconds left before we hit our second half of rotations.
You can't let a player do that, though. If Apathy is going to start heating up like that, you're in trouble. 116 to around 50 for Epsilon, getting some points on the board. No, Nagafen is going to say something about the tries to get it down. He doesn't get the kill on the Madcat. X is going to come in there, clean things up. Madcat trying to hold things down. X again with that ball. He seems to pick up a lot of 2-pieces, X.
Yeah, we're going to switch over. Let's give Ake some love right now. As I say that, I'm sorry, Patrick. He is going to actually drop right now. You know, he's not doing too hot in the slate department. He doesn't need to. His team is just putting up huge numbers right now. His entry guys, the people going in to actually fight the hard point, the really aggressive players are 20 and 16 and 20 and 14
Remy.
between Nagafen and Apathy. Just incredible stuff out of them right now.
And Epsilon have actually reduced that deficit quite a lot. They got quite a lot of points on that final half point. We're going to rotate back around, and they have definitely reduced that lead that Prophecy did have. It's 120 to 68. Saying that's been reduced, that's still a pretty substantial lead as we go in the halfway point. Aquad picking up the kill onto Swanee. And let's see what Swanee can do from this position. We haven't really seen much from him so far, but 21-17, pretty impressive score. But Apathy once again coming in there, 23 and 15, 24 and 15 from Apathy. Just picking up kills left, right, and center on board with Nagafen around glass side. A couple more points here for Prophecy.
I'm getting back to Apathy just off the spawn. He's been doing so well. He's going to pick up one before he drops. Hard point control. Nobody really, oh, sorry, it's going to be Madcat that's able to get set up in here. But he's got 3 players there from Prof really just staring him down. And look at just the stat line right now for Apathy. 25 and 17, but he's also got double-digit captures. We are just barely over the halfway point. We aren't even through the second starting hill for this, and he has potential here to put up, 15 plus as far as the captures go. Incredible, incredible game number 1 for him.
Well, Epsilon, the thing is now they really do need to get every single point. We do have 4 minutes remaining, but they can't let that scrap time go over to Team Prophecy, or else they are going to fall further and further behind. But there you go, Faccento picking up a few kills to his name as well, so hopefully they can get some points on the board. That's well played by Madcat if he can stay alive as well. He does have cover in the form of one of the other players there from Epsilon. Not too sure who it was, but he does go down. Swanee getting a kill onto Aquad as well. Faccento running back around trying to get control of the spawns, but his team need him in there, as it is actually going to be Prophecy pushing in. Can Remy do anything to stop them? But that's very well played by Epsilon. They're getting a few kills on the board, and that's going to be more points for them. Only around 30 4 behind.
Well, this is good. They're finally able to get time on this. So, you know, you saw Faccento got kind of 2 kills on the rotation. Mad Cat got 2 kills in and around the hard point, and they still weren't really picking up much time to begin with. But now they're starting to roll. You know, despite the huge slaying numbers we saw out of Prophecy early on, they're really only up, 30 points now with over 3 to play. Epsilon 100% still in this game. It's Faccento trying to pick up a couple more kills. Mad Cat going to be the only one alive. He's got to have some big plays right now as he is by his lonesome. He is going to drop. We're going to see some time start to roll in here for Prof.
Yeah, Epsilon need to get these final exit kills and push on because Aquad is the first man there for Prophecy. 140 to 112 and rising for Epsilon as they do pick up those final scrap points, and they need every single one of them. 2 members of Team Prophecy inside the hard point now. What can Aquad do to defend? Actually, he doesn't really need to do much defensive work.
No, because Apathy pushed out
just
by
pushed
him.
out.
Yeah. Right as I was starting to see he was going to be the player to have a couple run by, but Apathy said, nope, I'm pushing out. That's what you want to do. You want to get as aggressive as you can outside of the actual hard point. Keep the pressure off your player inside. Apathy able to pick up a couple. He's on a 2 streak right now. This should be number 3. Shots come in, able to win that gunfight. He has had so many huge wins. Make it 1 more. No shots, a little suspect, and he's going to fall 2 down for either side.
You know, they did that so well there, Prophecy. They're getting inside the hard point. They've extended that lead quite heavily as well. That's around 30 points on this one alone. They get inside the hard point. The guys push out. They slay outside of it. You are not getting anywhere near the hard point. It's pushing the spawns further and further out for Epsilon. And I'm going to say that's game. 2 minutes to go. That's a substantial lead for Prophecy.
They were only up 30 going into that one. Aqua was first man in. He was able to give his team the spawns, and you saw Apathy just come soaring by. Pushed out the spawns of Prophecy, also picked up a couple of kills. You really could not ask for anything more. Remy going to be the one picking up the scrap down, but let's hop up onto Macas. He's going to be the one trying to break in here to parking lot.
A lot of bullets taken there. Ace is going to pick up a 2-piece just like that. Remy with the IMR now. What can he do and say about the lead from Prophecy? Not much. He does get shut down by Ace, doing very well with that battle. He does go down. Swanee with the 2-piece. And this is where Epsilon really need to step things up. They're around 60 behind with a 1.5 minutes to go. This is where they need to do the business, but Apathy and Nagafen answering back. And Prophecy holding this one down well. This is looking like it's going to be the game.
Yeah, Aqua, he's just so sneaky. Look at him. He stayed in the back. I don't even know if he got any kills. We got 3 or 4 assists just laying in the back behind the fan. And he is still alive here, just putting this one away. They're up 60 with, 70 or so to play. Within a couple ticks, this is going to be all she wrote. And Prophecy will be taking game number 1.
Yeah, the game does go over to Prophecy. And you know what? Epsilon just let that the point before this one really just ended the game for them there. They did not get more than 5 points on it, if anything. And, you know, when a team like Prophecy are locking that down, pushing out, they just had so much time to set up. They set up in areas, just little corners. You know, it wasn't necessarily that they're in great power positions. They just got themselves in awkward little spots, picking Epsilon off as they are sprinting towards the point. Because the thing is, Epsilon need every point. They're rushing in there.
What's interesting to me is when you talk about the hills that you're going to get the majority of your time, typically it's, 4 and 5?
Yeah.
Say we really get the most. You know, you saw a couple times for the first hill, second hill, even the third at times. Mad Cat would be the first man in. He was getting set up. They would get a couple kills, get a little bit of time. But on all the big hills, all your money hills, every time, it was Aqua or some player from Prophecy getting set up early. And they got, 40 of the 60 points, I think, in that hill number 4 to really put it away in the second rotation. That was all due to Aqua.
Well, something to point out, actually. Swanee still dropping 43 kills there. They need to be using that. Realistically, if you look at the slaying, it's relatively even from both teams here. But as you said, it just seems as if Prophecy lock down those hard points and those money points better than Epsilon. And give your hands up for Prophecy. They are going to take map number 1.
And that was, I mean, look at the slaying, though. When you think about how more impressive Apathy's stat line is. I mean, Swanee, great job. 43 and 38. You need him to put up big numbers. But 42 and 34, like even having less deaths, when Apathy was that aggressive person, getting towards the hard point, winning all those close-range gunfights, he just put on an absolute show. I mean, part of it, we saw that 11 streak, I believe it was. That was just absolutely filthy.
But yeah, and it is the thing where Apathy is making those kills inside the hard point. He's doing work inside there. He's getting the captures. Not necessarily a lot of defense. Yes, Tony is putting up them numbers, but those aren't entries. Those aren't the ones where you're jumping in there, you know, picking up a couple of kills, where you need to really just get in there and do the work with those kills. Apathy was doing the work, as said, inside those hard points. 1.24 kill death ratio and 14 captures to his name.
Yeah, no, that was absolutely incredible. That was really fun to watch. And you mentioned, I mean, Eggs didn't have the biggest stat line, but you saw so many times he was having those 2 pieces.
Yeah.
Right? They weren't necessarily registered as defense because he had that bow. He was getting them kind of that, like, 10-yard radius right outside the hard point as they were trying to push in. But he had a lot of big 2 pieces that technically were defensive kills as they were going to be pushing in. Incredible stuff there. And really just look at the squad there from Prophecy. for being a relatively newly formed group, that is about as well-rounded as you can ask for when it comes to the slaying department and also participating. I mean, Ace only had 4 captures, but look at the rest of the squad there. 14, 12, and 9. That is just big, big numbers. I mean, you get that on the flip side as well, really, from the opposite side. They just got outslayed.
Yeah, simple as that. But fantastic game 1 there, and it's what we can expect. I mean, Prophecy did walk away with that one, but Epsilon were in it. With about 3 or 4 minutes to go, and they caught up. Yeah, there was final 2 points. And it was just Prophecy coming in there with the clutch moments.
So incredible, incredible stuff. Now, you said, I believe, that you think the S&D is going to go the way of Epsilon. We did see, was that they take that game from Optic? Yeah, they pushed. That's the one they took. Around 11, I believe, they won the S&D. Correct? Yes, because that was tied 1-1. I casted it. You think I know? But, yeah, they did take the S&D, so they look very, very strong in that against top American teams. Again, I know they're kind of Epsilon International right now. They got a split. But this is the one they have to take. If they go down 2-0 in this best of 5, yes, do you come back from down to 2-0 times? Absolutely. But it's just, I don't see that happening against a team that's playing as confident and as cohesive right now as this Prophecy unit. But look at this. Apathy, the man that went off in game number 1. Ton, walk me through the numbers.
His hardpoint kill-to-death ratio is 1.6.
That's silly.
That is absolutely ridiculous.
Especially how he plays. He's just fast, flying at you with that sub.
Yeah. I mean, that shows in the S&D kill-to-death ratio. Yes, it is a 1. That's very, very good to be at evens, but it shows in his run and gun game modes. He is absolutely phenomenal. An overall 1.5 kill-to-death ratio.
Yeah,
what else do you have to say?
I believe they said, Aches told me he was 1.5 as well. So, I mean, what that tells me, it's hard to take stats sometimes away from group play, and obviously the game's not entirely stats, but you'll get the number's a little bit skewed coming out of group play sometimes, because the matchups can be a little bit lopsided. But so far, they are looking strong. Now, again, S&D is going to be up next. I do expect this one to be very close. I think it's going to be incredibly back and forth. Who are you looking for from Epsilon to really show up?
Well, Mad Cat, I feel, the guy can do a lot of work on S&D, and is going to be on Detroit as well. So let's see, because we were speaking to Mad Cat, and he is out of position. He's typically an AR player. Having to run an SMG in this squad because of how it's been really thrown together, it's 4 really good players, but not necessarily a team you would probably pick. It'd be nice to see how they would do with a lot of practice.
Yeah.
But as I said, Mad Cat playing out of position a little bit. But within S&D, realistically, you can run a different role. You don't necessarily need to have those SMGs and those ARs. You can just do whatever the map dictates. So it'll be interesting to see what he does here.
You can get away with just about anything in S&D as long as you're on the same page with your teammates, as long as you're working together. Just about anything can work. But we're getting ready to load into Search and Destroy on Detroit. I'm excited to see, this one's fun. You see those snipe picks early on. We'll see who's going to get rolling with that. But I do expect this one to be incredibly back and forth. If you are just tuning in, game number 1 did go to Prophecy. A pretty tight one, but they were able to pull away in the final couple of hard points. Let's see how the SD plays out as we're going to get the flyover of Detroit.
Well, I haven't seen Detroit yet this weekend.
Not at all?
Yeah, no,
not your cast?
No,
I've had some fantastic time with Detroit.
Well, let's see. I'm in the S&D. But
okay. I thought you meant like at all. I was like, that's just impressive. In fact, I'm confident we casted Detroit together.
Well, okay. But at the same time, I haven't seen Search and Destroy this weekend. So let's see how the teams play. I mean, you go from event to event and different things happen between different maps. So Aquad using that sniper we talked about at the beginning of the game. Let's see if we can get some picks.
All right, we will start off with them. It looks like we're going to have a bit of a split push here. One player is going to be playing. Who is back in spawn? We're going to have 2 snipers being rocked right now. Ace is going to get picked off almost immediately. Nagafen going to answer back. He saw there is a second player mid-map. He should be able to call that one out, but it is going to be Aquad and Nagafen. They both, I believe, have snipers in their hands. So let's see if they can get another pick and tie this one up at 2 versus 2.
Yeah, they're just going to slow this one down. As you can see, the whole Epsilon squad really sticking together. Just really going to play for picks here, especially with the sniper rifles out. But as said, Nagafen and Aqua just going to slow
what we need here is Mad Cat to drop, and we're going to have a TR versus TR. But no, the kill will come in there from Faccento. Nagafen going to be left by himself in a 1 versus 3. You already saw that 6 snipe he had mid-street. He is completely unaware as to where the 3 players are right now. He's checking his back. Did he see that player in the window? I think he did. He's going to get challenged. He is, and he's going to lose that sniper battle. He had a pre-aim, too, for the window, but not be able to take that one.
Remy, very nicely well played. Yeah, he did spot him, so you knew Nagafen was there. It was just a kiss, just beating him to
that is not one you should win. I mean, when you're the one re-peeking there where someone's staring at a window, that is about as tough a fight as they come. Incredible shot there from Remy as he is able to take him out. First game, going to go to Epsilon.
Well, there you go. Very good start.
We'll stick with Remy. He got 2 kills now. We'll see if he can get rolled.
Let's see if he's just going to run the SM1. He's going to push up there with the bomb very, very quickly into garage. Not garage.
Garage. I don't know what accent I just said, but that was neither American nor British. That was just something. I might have been Jamaican. But we do see Remy here in Garage. Going to go out the backside, and they're pretty much all set up here for a B push.
Remy just trying to have a look. He is looking over to where X is.
Surprise.
Remy.
Oh, of course, right as I switch off Remy, he's in his pick. I see how it is. Did he see that other player mid-street? Might have got eyes there. Tries to hit that shot as Aix is jumping away wisely. He needs to get out of there.
Wow,
He's going to keep pushing. Aix is crazy. Are you trying to make him waste all his ammo? He has plenty of bullets.
On ball with Remy. The push is going to come into B. If they can get this kill on Aquad, it's really going to spell trouble for Team Prophecy, but Epsilon do have the lead. Currently 4 versus 3 in their favor. Push comes in. Here we go. Swanee going to move in, trying to cover as the bomb does make its way into the bomb site.
Yeah, and he should be able to get a free play.
They pushed him out there, but watch the flank.
Yeah, there is one player right by back wall. Looks like he's going to rotate through Garage. Swanee, depending on the timing here, might end up being caught. One of his players do. Wow. That would have been a great two-piece by Aix. Nice flank there, but he is able to shut it down. Both players pushing right now in by front mid-street. He knows he has Swanee's vision right. He just saw Aix drop. Going to be 2 versus 2. 25 seconds left on the clock. Can he get it? Nagafen picks it up with the IMR.
Oh, wow.
And they are going to get both those kills at the same time. The TR duo able to clean it up, and that's going to tie things up at 1-1. And that was, what, a 4-3 advantage when they got bombed down?
Yeah, and then Apathy went down, obviously, with the trade as well. But still, very, very well played by the 2 Revenge boys. It seems as if a flank came in from Faccento around the back. He came out of the bomb site, went around, and suddenly it was Prophecy who had complete control of that bomb site. Left
yeah, Aix almost able to pick up a two-piece coming out of Garage, but Swanee able to clutch up there. Unfortunately, the round going to go to Prophecy. So tied up 1-1. I'm going to start off with Nagafen. We saw him hit a snipe in that first offensive round. Let's see if he can catch Swanee crossing. He saw him for just a second. Oh, if you peek against Swanee, you're a crazy man.
No, he's not going to make that risk. Swanee, very calculated player, I feel. Will never really take the risk to make them shots against the snipers. I think he appreciates. Unless he has an IMR in his hand, he's not going to win that fight.
And I can't tell if he's right. Is he on the other side of the wall, or is he
on
close? No, he is. Okay, so he is close, though. Nagafen might get caught if he inches a little bit more forward. We'll see if Swanee gets an angle on him. He's not going to be able to do the box. So they're playing slow. They're just working for a pick right now. Are they still running 2 snipers? No, just the one.
Well, that's the thing when you are playing snipers and IMRs. You can run it slow, try and get their picks off, and then you make it move. Let's see if Nagafen can get that.
First Swanee heard it. Swanee should be able to pick this up. Yep, Swanee, nice patience there, able to get it. The rest of his team basically dropping at the same time. Apathy going to be last alive. Gets hit markers. They're going to know where he is. He's got to get out of dodge. He's going to play it here. See if he can grab this player as he comes inside. He's shooting at nothing.
And he does go down. So there you go. Epsilon taking the lead. And very, very well played. Clean sweep for them. 4 kills in a row. And take the lead as said. Both teams trading rounds over and over again here. And he was never getting out there up there. I mean, if he pulled off that round, I would have took off my pants.
Swanee at the front enters. What, did a lap with no pants?
Potentially.
That's not allowed in the States. Maybe it is here. All right, let's kick things off. I want to start with Remy again. You know, Remy, actually, no, we'll go Faccento. We're mixing it up. Remy, I've given you enough love. Faccento, let's see what he can get done here. I believe, did he have the sniper as well?
Did.
Yeah, okay, so we might see some shots at him. Out of him, day 1, I saw him hit some absolutely absurd snipes. Let's see if he can keep it rolling.
The thing is with this S&D, the 2 Revenge bots should know what everyone does on this opposite team from both sides of things. So it's interesting to see not many real sniper picks coming off in these last few rounds. The first round there was a couple, but Aix is going to pick up a kill on the Faccento. Both traded away there, 3 versus 3. Yeah, apart from that first round, not a great deal of first picks from either team with the sniper rifles.
No, yeah, not really at all. Swanee, he knows Aix got that kill right to his left. He has rotated out, though he might catch him if he crosses here. The timing here for both players. Not working out. We'll see if they try to bust inside a B or if there's waiting to see if he can pick up a kill.
Remy going to jump up in the window. Apathy does go down, so well played by him. That's really going to put Epsilon in a lot better spot. They have some control of the area. They're moving together, and this is looking good from them.
I thought he was about to toss a nade directly at his team, but he's going to put it across. You saw the snipe come in there from Nagafen. It is going to miss. They're going to be able to get bombed out. They got plenty of time. They catch Aix there, trying to push out to mid-street. He's got one more behind him. That's Nagafen going to be chasing him down. He should be able to get this kill. Shots everywhere. Is he going to get turned on? He's got to reload, though. He is going to eventually... Okay, neither of these players are able to die. There's a bullet. Wow. What kind of engagement was that?
They managed to both get away. Now 2 versus 2. The bomb is down. 30 seconds to go, though. Swanee is going to get the kill. Is Remy going to check in time? Yes, he is, and that's going to be 3-1 now. Fantastic work.
I don't know what we watched mid-street, but that was like I was fighting myself.
Kill did eventually go down there. Swanee managing to pick that one up, but you've got to be disappointed if you're a Prophecy fan after that one. Swanee really should have went down, but Remy doing good work. 5-1 from him. and the lead extends to 3-1 now for Team Epsilon.
All right, this is the one we said they had to take. Like you said, Remy putting up great numbers right now at 5-1. We'll switch it back to the offense here, though. And you know what? Apathy Goose Cam, it's here. And it's ready to stay.
Yeah, I mean,
I will stay with Apathy until he gets a kill. But all right, we'll stay here. He saw 2 players. Might get aggressive in Garage. He's got 2. He might have to deal with. He's going to get pushed right now. Can he get the first one? No. Mad Cat just absolutely dismantles him. 3 versus 3. Make it a 2 versus 3. Nagafen and Aqua going to be up here. We've seen the duo clutch it once this game. Let's see if they can do it again. That's their only win. Was there, what, 2v3 was it?
Yeah, Nagafen needs to make that shot mid-street. Aqua is going to clean up onto Remy, though, so 2 versus 2, and he's in a bad situation, though, being chased down, but his teammates should be able to help him out. Whoever that is, it is Faccento who gets away. Does get the kill on Aqua. Nagafen is left all on his own. Mancat and Faccento, the hybrid American-European team of Epsilon, going to try and close this one out. If they can make this 4-1, they are very much in the driving seat.
And Nagafen, man, on this map, we've seen him. I'll never forget the snipe he had on JCap. I think that was that Season 1 playoffs or regionals? I think it might have been regionals, but he had one of the most ridiculous snipes I've ever seen. He makes play after play on this map. He's going to get a relatively easy plant down here as both players were kind of sitting mid-street. And we'll watch how this one plays out. They know they've got plenty of time to work with here.
He's in a really decent spot, but if you're Epsilon, you play for picks. You literally play for the trade, sorry. And they need to start thinking about making a move.
Yeah, they've got to. I would say they're moving really extremely slowly. I guess they were hoping to see if they could get him to check a corner.
They've determined where he is here, though. They checked in. They know he hasn't left, so they know where he is.
I'm going to switch to Nagafen. He's the one in the 1v2. Let's see if he can go up. There's one. He's going to fall immediately. The fuse should be coming in from Mad Cat here, and that's going to extend the lead to 4-1, 2 rounds away from tying this series up 1-1. You know, we thought this was going to be a close series. Again, game number 1. The score may not have reflected it exactly, but it was very, very close throughout. And this one, Epsilon in complete control. This series has the potential to go the distance.
If Epsilon can get those S&Ds, I mean, obviously they're going to have to win an uplink or a capture the flag to get to that S&D, which is going to be the task. But I feel as if it goes last map, then I think they can do it. I said at the beginning predictions for the game 3-2 Prophecy, but I don't know, man. Epsilon are looking really strong
in this
S&D.
Especially in S&D. If this goes game 5, you got to think favors of them. Every player is 5-2 on this side other than a Swanee, so I went with Swanee. That's the only logic behind it.
On board with Swanee. So accurate with that ball. And he's in a bit of a sticky situation now, though.
Someone's about to get flanked here. Let's see if they can catch it. Who was the one that was sneaking in? I think it's going to be Aqua. Will he check his corner? He does. Able to pick up that kill, and he gets out away as well. Swanee's got to be frustrated. That's when you need your teammate to trade, but he is going to be able to dip out.
Well, there you go. Epsilon potentially could only not win this round, so it should be a Prophecy bringing this one back.
I'm trying to keep an Aqua highlighted here just because I want to see if he decides to re-peek, and he does. They knew he got a kill there. They allow him to walk right back in. He's got both kills. Let's see if he can work on the ace right now. We'll stay with Aqua. Unless, of course, there's a better place to go, which it looks like everyone's gotten away from this garage. They want nothing to do with it. Bomb's down. They're going to eventually have to make a play here.
The thing is with Prophecy now, they know exactly where they need to be here. Hold this down, get this round because you need it. 5-1 is a hellish amount of time to come back from, but there you go.
That's typically a shot Faccento's going to hit, but he was in, what, a 1 versus 4. Needed a miracle there. They are able to take the round, though. That is going to go to Prof, so they will be able to pull within 2. 4-2 advantage right now for Epsilon.
Well, I mean, Apathy dropping 0 and 5 at the moment as well. He needs to step up his game. He had a fantastic hard point.
You know, I've talked about this in the past, specifically with Apathy. I've seen him go off in a hard point, had this monster game. You know how aggressive he plays. You know how confident he plays. He loves to fly at people. Sometimes when you're in that, you're just on that high.
Yeah,
you got
you're in
that
the comfort zone.
You're feeling real confident. Yeah. When you try to play like that in S&D, you get shut down. You just don't have that sense of patience, and you aren't able to pick up kills. I've seen this happen so many times with Apathy. I got to imagine if this one continues to go on. Okay, no, he's not going to slow down. He's going to be first blooded.
And I think the thing is, it's such a Epsilon squad is such an AR heavy oriented team, so they can make those kills at long range. Faccento and Swanee going to come in there. 3 men do go down very, very quickly. Nagafen going to manage to survive this one. Bullets do go in, but he is surely going to go down anytime soon now. Just running away from the inevitable. Going to be 5-2.
That made that one look easy. And you saw exactly what I'm talking about. You know, Apathy trying to get inside there. He was really by himself, had no support. You usually cannot break into that B hill without at least a bit of help.
It needs to be coordinated.
Comes in. Yeah. And he is right now 0-6.
Faccento dropping 8 and 3 at the moment. Made a few kills in that round, so good job by him. 5-2. And Epsilon are now 1 round away from tying things up.
Oh, the 007. possibly incoming.
Oh, wow.
Dun, 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 dun. All right, we'll see. I have to start off with him. No, I'll go with the offense. I feel bad. I got to stop picking on Apathy. But he is 0-6. They need him to step it up. You know, it's tough to criticize when he had such a solid game one, a big part of the reason that they were able to take that. But right now, struggle city for Apathy and Prophecy as they're trailing 5-2.
Yeah, slow game here. Both teams just slowing things down in this round number 8. Only a minute to go. Nobody really making a move, and it just seems as if the start of the game where the picks were really coming in with the snipers really, as we said, slowed down. Both teams just trying to move into the areas before they have to make the picks.
This is your chance.
Here we go.
You can smell him. He's right next to you. He is going to check, and he's not able to find him. He's right to the right. Apathy here inside of mid-box. He's got 2 players that may push. Oh, he is. Can he win this gunfight? No! Still not on the board. 0-7. Ouch.
That's got to be painful. And that's going to affect his confidence surely going to the next one. I mean, I imagine Epsilon are going to close this one out now. But it is a 3 versus 3. It is potential for Prophecy to bring this one back. But that's a nice grenade there. Madcat not going to answer back, though.
Yeah, that came right behind Madcat's face. Almost caught that one in the dome, but he is going to push in. Nice. He's going to win that gunfight. That's a big fight for him. 2 versus 2 right now. Who's going to clutch up? Epsilon, 1 round away. They're working on the plan now. Not going to yell it. Don't want anyone to hear him. He's by himself right now. The pressure's going to be coming pretty much immediately. He's going to get flanked before he can even get up, and Prophecy will have the defuse. So they're still alive.
Yeah, 5-3 now.
This is another chance for Apathy to get a kill.
Potentially. It's another chance for him to go 0-8 as well.
That's true. 0-8's not as special as 0-7.
No, it's not. It's not. We couldn't tell if he's going to assist, but at this moment in time, the way he's playing...
Assists don't count in Call of Duty.
5-3 now. Epsilon need to try and close this one out.
We need like an Apathy chant in here. Let's get him fired up. I won't do it to you. All right, let's start off with Nagafen here off the rip. We've seen him rock the IMR. We've seen him sniping as well. It looks like he is going to have the IMR through this one. Now, let's see. You saw, once the pressure's on, a lot of times you'll see teams really slow it down for picks. You saw a really slow round offensively out of Epsilon. Let's see what we get here out of Prof. It looks like a lot of the same. They're spread out kind of. They have that like line across mid-map looking for a pick.
Well, change things up just that little bit. IMR is out. Trying to get something maybe he's a little bit more comfortable with, but he played really well.
I don't think Apathy is typically the bomb carrier, but I think the team has decided you're carrying the bomb.
You can do something.
All right. Just trying to see where the first engagement might be. Everyone playing incredibly slow. You saw kind of an A stack for a second there as they saw nothing coming towards B. You know, usually within the first 30 seconds, you have pressure coming in. Aches, though, able to get hit markers, not able to pick up the kill. We should have an engagement here mid-map. He's going to get flanked. It's going to be Swanee as he turns on one, but the trade will come in. It is going to be 3 versus 3. It's going to be Aqua. He was working the back street here. We still have, one player is going to be covering B. That's going to be Faccento. Other 2 on A. And they need to get something going.
Yeah.
They've only got, 25 seconds on the clock here. They got to make a move.
If you're Epsilon, you sit very, very tightly now. But Nagafen's going to make the kill on the Madcat there. Somebody else in B really needs to come up clutch here. And it is going to be Faccento's going to make the 1. Is he going to make the second as well?
There's nothing Apathy can do. He's not allowed to get a kill. I'm convinced this is just the video game not liking him.
Well, Aquad does not have very long to do anything about this. Is he going to have time to get the bomb down? Oh, but the player's not really being decisive. Oh, and the gunfight's not going to quite come in, Epsilon.
I wasn't sure there if he was having an issue or if he was just waiting to see if he possibly got pushed. It looked like he was waiting for the push. It might have worked out, but unfortunately, a player comes from the back. Epsilon going to take that 1-6-3. And that's, you know, if you're Apathy, you're frustrated right now, but you had a big game 1. Right now, all you want to do is get back to a respawn. You're just begging. You're praying to Lord Baby Jesus for a respawn to please pop up right now so you can get back in the swing of things. But, you know, pretty back and forth. Ends up being 6-3. But for the most part, controlled by Epsilon. They had, a 2-3 round lead for most of it. Similar to Game 1 where it was Prophecy that led, not a huge margin, but led really throughout Game number 1.
Same sort of fashion.
Who the hell knows what we're going to get in Game number 3? I'm just hoping it's a close one so far, an excellent series.
But there's your stats, guys. 2.2 from Faccento. Very well done. He held down B fantastically well.
He did get an assist.
He did?
50 points.
He did. Well, yeah, not quite the 007, but yeah, fantastic work by Team Epsilon to take that S&D 11-5 from Faccento, as I was saying. Great work inside of B, just seemed to make those couple of kills when he needed to, and that last one on Apathy was so important. If Apathy managed to pick that up, if he wasn't running that IMR, I do feel as if he would have picked it up. But
because he missed, I think, that second burst, or I don't know, the shots looked all right to me, but not able to clean it up. Again, if he had the ASM1, I think he gets that kill 9 out of 10 times. But Faccento, huge kill inside of B. You know what surprised me, though? I think at the same time, like 3 seconds before that, Nagafen got a kill at A. Immediately as he got the kill at A, Apathy pushed into B. In my mind, I mean, they had time to wrap through mid-map. You know, there was, I don't know. I think that could have been played a little bit differently, but regardless, Epsilon is going to take game number 2. You have Faccento there. Worst interviewer I've ever had. Very confident, all one-word answers, but an incredible player.
Yeah, very, very well played. I mean, the kill-to-death ratio in the negatives, but played a fantastic game there in the S&D, 11-5, and really run some good objective as well for his team.
All right, well, we should get rolling here. Can we actually bring up the maps again? Because at my tender age of 30, I've forgotten what they are. All right, so Uplink Biolab is going to be the next one. Taking a look at this ton, who do you think has the seeing how game number 1 went, are you basically picking Prophecy for pretty much all the respawns, or do you think Uplink, because the benefit you have 2 of the best Uplink players in the game. You saw, I mean, at Champs, TR was ridiculous, man.
Yeah,
so many times you saw them have these incredible comebacks, but I do think this is one where it's going to favor Prophecy for me. Yeah,
I think so. They need Apathy to go off again. He needs to forget completely about that Search and Destroy, come into and do what he did in that hard point. Go off again, you know, get the kills. But this one is really going to be about the control around Purple, as we always see. And it's just going to be about that battle. Who can make that, and then who can make the plays off the back of getting that control.
All right, well, we'll start things off. And I think this is one, I mean, I feel like he thinks he has a lot to prove after game number 2. I think Apathy is going to go off in this one. Going to be really fired up. But I'm going to start things off. I'm going to kick it off with Mad Cat.
Well, let's see what he can do here. SM1 in hand. Mad Cat straight off the back as we do go into the game. And they're going to be fighting control over Purple. Mad Cat is going to be the first one on top there. He should be able to make this kill up top. Not quite going to happen. He does eventually make that. Then that's going to be 2 kills on the board for Epsilon. On board with Mad Cat still. SM1 in hand. Does get the assist. Swanee coming up trumps there. So very, very good start by Epsilon. Cleaning the board pretty much with the team of Prophecy. Let's see what they can do.
Now, 100, I can talk about this because I watched this same map. I believe that they played against Optic. Oh, the interception almost comes in. It's going to be 3 down. But they did get 1 on the board here, Epsilon. All right, what they struggled with a lot yesterday on this map, they would get 2 down, 3 down. They'd have drone control, and they would just like sit. They'd wait for the next wave. They'd want to pick up more kills instead of getting that drone and just going. They played very, very passive, and that could just because, you know, they're a new squad. But if they do that against this Prophecy team, I mean, you have to be decisive
That's
in
a
this
point,
game.
Surely. It's the
interception from Mad Cat. Pick comes in. Great play out of Mad Cat there, and he's going to wrap it. He's going. 1 player in front of him. Can he get up top and get through? This might be a dunk. He drops the player, checks top. There's the toss. And he went high.
He missed it.
Oh, my. Shaq at the free throw line. Mad Cat, you got to hit that.
Unfortunately, not going in from Mad Cat, going a little bit high. But his team still do have control. That was great work. Actually dodged the shots there from
no, that was amazing. The route, he went high, he went low, he went for error.
Unfortunately, a little bit too much. But on board with Faccento now, as they try to regain some of that control. I think he needs to get rid of the satellite at the moment, just try and help his team out with a few kills. But keeping a hold, keeping that pressure on. They can break through, something might happen. Not going to happen there, though. And the satellite is going to be in control of Team Prophecy. Nagafen's going to be the one with that. He is on a 3 streak. He has some support from his teammates here. This could be a 1.
And he's going to get pushed up top immediately. That was Mad Cat with the big kill there to stunt any sort of forward pressure coming out of Prophecy. We're on with Eggs. He's getting stunned up right now. You'll see it's so popular, especially in and around that drone spawn. You'll see stuns just flying in at all times. Nagafen, though, going to get one. He's by himself. There's 2 players that are going to be pushing right around blue. He should get caught in just a second, but he does get it through. It is going to be tied up. 1-1 is your score. Now the battle for drone control will commence. They have a player in snow, 2 players inside of blue. This should, for all reasons, go to Epsilon, but big kills from Ace and Aqua. Is they're able to take control there? Can Apathy get one as well? No. And I don't know if someone's just in his head right now. Wow. Maybe he's in his own head, but he is struggling. Those gunfights he was winning in game number 1, he is not taking now. Faccento, though, your drone carry here, he's at 9-3. Mad Cat going to be only one up, though, for Epsilon after he loses that fight.
He needs to do something here because they are really pushing through ice very, very quickly. Mad Cat, can he make the kill? Not going to happen. Apathy does take him down. Great cover by him. This should be a point on the board for Team Prophecy. They're going to get the dunk in there. And very, very good work by them. And fantastically well coordinated. They got a hold of it. They knew they had a few kills. Take your quickest route to that pole.
To a degree, I think that was Egg trusting his teammates. You know, a lot of times you would see a player when you have one in front of you right there, maybe go for one, just go for the toss. But he trusted his teammates to get the kill, trusted the armor that he had, and he was able to pick it up with the dunk. 3-1 advantage right now for Prof. Apathy now going to be your drone carrier.
Yeah, Swanee needs to start heating up here for Team Epsilon because at the moment, 4-10 is really, really not like him. If he can start getting some kills on the board, maybe he can help them out, but it's not going to matter when Apathy's going to be able to
short
get
a little
that
bit, he's
dunk
going to
in.
fall.
Not going to happen.
I think Aches is there, though, for it. He did get it through. 5-1 advantage at the last second. He gets it. He didn't have that extra jump to get it through, but thankfully, Captain Patrick Price able to clean it up, and the pressure keeps coming. Another one-pointer flying he is going to make that through. 6-1 rolling right now is Prophecy. As you can see, everyone getting it done. It's like 3 players at 10-8 right now.
Oh, Madcat picks up a 3-piece, though. That's really going to negate away from the pressure that Team Prophecy did have. Aqua and Apathy pushed up at the moment. Do go down, though, and unfortunately, it is going to be pushed out, and Epsilon going to try and get some points on the board here. Madcat pushing forward. He needs help from his teammates. He needs that cover. He does get that. Faccento picks up a 2-piece on board with Madcat. Now, can they get anything in this last minute? At the moment in time, there's a few players around there. Madcat should be able to get some points on the board here. They need to make that final kill. Maybe he's went the long way around.
I love the route.
Very well done.
Do you call that cheeky?
That was cheeky.
That was cheeky? I'm learning. I've been here for 3 days. I'm basically British.
We can adopt you if you want.
Oh, that'd be fine. I mean, we stole Benson. You can steal me. But you see, Faccento right now, 15-7. I'm going to go to him off spawn as he is just doing incredible stuff in the slaying department, leading everyone in KD and total kills. We'll see if he can keep the slaying going. But it does look like it is going to be Prophecy that is in control of this drone area. Faccento, the only one in position to put a stop to this.
He's in a
one.
great
Can
position.
he get the second? That is perfect. Can he get the third? No, but his teammate will clean it up. But there was one player left. Did he fire that through?
Just about made it, I think. 8-3 now.
I was so on board with the slaying going on there. I didn't see if he was actually able to fire through at the last second there, but there is 5 seconds left. 8-3 advantage right now for Prophecy, and I don't think there's going to be a time to get anything else through. That'll be it. But great. And it was back. The fact they got 3 on the board, but they were trailing 6-1. So that last second, well, the end points didn't really do a whole lot because the margin stayed the same. You know, it went from 6-1 to 8-3, so still a 5-point lead, which we saw through the last couple minutes of that. But great stuff. Thought it would be Prophecy. So far, it looks that way.
Yeah, and the Epsilon squad look a little bit dejected. And it's not... I mean, Swanee has picked up his game just that little bit. He was 4-10, now 9-13. So maybe if he can start getting heated, you know, Epsilon can get back into this one. But at the moment, looking really good from Prophecy. X is just making them clean up kills all the time. A constant 2 pieces.
Yeah, he's got 4 uplinks as well to his name, so getting the OBJ work done as well. Sorry about that. I'll zoom out the minimap here. We'll see who's going to be able to get control right now. The drone spawn is going to be Faccento. Mr. Slayer right now in game number 3. Shots coming in. They're able to get hit markers. You saw a player top purple as well. We'll pick up assist on 1. Rotates back to check the rotation here coming in from Prophecy, but he is going to get cleaned up.
Yeah, Madcat just trying to get some control around that area. Let's see what Nagafen can do to stop that, though. Is he going to be able to pick up this kill? Yes, Aquad does pick up one as well. The control may be coming in here. Swanee has something to say about that, though. Does go down, and Nagafen is on fire at the moment. They're going to try and push out here, and let's see if Prophecy can extend that lead. Somebody going to be an elbow there. Maybe going to shut him down, but great cover by Apathy and Co there. And X is in a position to do something about this as Swanee goes down. And this should be a point now coming in from Prophecy.
He's got to get there. He should get to there. He runs into the wall. It uses it cover for just a second. Gets through and gets the kill. Great stuff by X. He's putting on a clinic now. He's 18-14 on a 3 streak with the 6 uplinks to his name. 10-3 is the advantage for Prophecy.
Very well played. The cover is just there every single time from Prophecy. You know, if you're running and you have that trust of your teammates to come in there and make the kills for you, you can get so many points at the board. 10-3 now. And this is looking like it's going to be a hard task for Epsilon to bring this one back.
Yeah, they're getting blown out a bit here now. As the lead has gone to 7. Now, we've seen comebacks more ridiculous than this, so Epsilon surely not out of it yet. We'll see if they can mount the comeback. Drone control going to be going to Aquad, though. The pressure continues here. And they just cannot stunt this from Prophecy. There's one player coming out of volley. He needs a little help. Bullets coming in. The extra armor going to do work for him. Another player in front.
Wow.
Can he get
Look
the melee?
at the
Goes
cover.
for it. Just comes up a little bit short. Not able to clean that up, but the pressure still coming. Did the reset get? Yep, he did get it out there. So good reset.
Yeah, X has done very well to stay alive out here. Actually, he does eventually
Apparently
go down.
he has extra armor without the drone.
But Madcat did pick up a 2-piece. That was very influential. But yeah, Aqua just going to waste time. He does realize that Epsilon are pushing through there. Have a little bit of pressure. Let's see what he can do. He's going to hold this down, though. Aqua and Apathy going off there with the ASM-1s. Maybe Apathy's heating up just that little bit now.
He's 19-15 now, struggling early. You know, we saw him lose a couple gunfights early on, but that confidence is coming back after the disappointing game number 2. We'll stick on with him now. Drone comes in. He's able to stay alive. Can he fire it through? Able to get it 12-3. And he says, screw it. You know what? I'm going skiing.
Does manage to get away, but albeit killing himself. Let's see if Epsilon gets some points on the board here. 2.5 minutes to go, and it's not looking great for them, though. And they need dunks as well. I mean, they're
yeah,
pretty
1 point,
foggy.
you're not going to get 9. So
Yeah.
but there's going to be 1. Able to get through. The interception almost comes in there, but they are able to fire it through. Remy going to be the only one alive. Drone spawn coming up. He's going to have to stop this, because if he dies, he does. This is going to be momentum coming right now from Prof. A couple players in elbow, though, able to shut that down almost immediately. Nagafen, though, going to answer back. Drone is down right in front. Second player in purple, not able to win that gunfight. That's going to be Swanee taking it.
Yeah, Swanee getting another kill on the board there. Does go down to the stun, though. Very, very weak. But Marquette's heading up the line there for Epsilon. 20 and 19 at the moment. He's making it work with that SMG. But every single time, Prophecy answering back. They're getting the kills when they need to. They could slow this game right down now and walk out as easy victors. 12-4 to them now with a minute and 45 seconds remaining. They have control of the drone as well. And Nagafin's just going to choke that one home. And his teammate may actually be there to clean this
is
up.
like, just bounce my way. Why are you going there? He's able to get it finally, though. He's going to add to this tally. He's already got 6. Make it 8. Incredible stuff right now from Aches and Prophecy. And they just look, honestly, the big thing for me, just as I know they're both relatively newly formed, but just I want to say almost like the trust you're seeing in the teammates, the actual plays they're making in uplane, because this works a lot, kind of like a real sport as far as the passing and the movement that you can see happening on the screen. It seems like Prophecy much more of a cohesive unit right now, and that's showing on the scoreboard as they're up 14-4. 1 point comes in, but only 60 seconds left. There is no amount of miracle here that will save Epsilon. They're going to be going down 2-1 in this series.
Yep, now we're going to be going over the capture the flag, which is going to be a must-win for them. And if we can get the 5th map, I do believe Epsilon will take it.
Yeah, it's hard to argue. I mean, at least looking how that first S&D went. But if you're going off of the respawns right now, it has been all Prophecy.
Oh, yeah. In the respawns, it looked very, very in control. They seem to have outslayed every single time as well. And the thing is, for Epsilon, you need Swanee to be making up more kills than he is here. I very, very, very rarely critique Swanee at all, but 16-27 is not typical of him.
He's a Val player. That isn't, I mean, the fastest Val player, I wouldn't say. In this map in particular, it's very hard to go off as a stationary AR unless you can get set up nicely in and around the drone spawn. You know, whether you're on top catwalk or behind one of the boxes in snow, you can pick up some kills. But even then, like, you need some help from your team, because you're going to have 3 to 4 players flying at you at all times to try and get control of that position. And it just doesn't seem like he was ever really able to get set up, because very, very, very rarely are you going to see him, what, Neg 11, was it?
Oh, yeah, I know. I mean, I can't even remember the last time. 16-29, so...
yeah, minus 13 is just not a stat line you're going to see from him. And, you know, you don't want to put everything in the slaying numbers, but when you are a player like Swanee, you can. I mean, if he's not slaying, if he's not putting up big numbers, it's going to be very difficult for your team to win, because that is his job first and foremost, to put up the big numbers with the bow. And he just was not able to get comfortable with that 0.55 ratio, really struggling. And then on the other side, every player really putting up big numbers. 21 leading the way. 1.38 ratio is Aches. I think he had, 8 uplinks to go with that as well. Prophecy dominated basically from the get-go. They were up, 6-1 in the first 2.5 minutes. They carried that lead throughout.
Yep, very, very well played by Prophecy to take that map. We are going to go into the next one. It's going to be capture the flag, and that is your final action report. As you can see, those uplinks coming in from Team Prophecy. But it is going to be retreat to capture the flag coming up in a second.
All right, so the CTF here. Here, let's give you guys eyes on here with the scoreboard for a little bit longer. There, you're getting the shots there of the teams. But when we're talking the CTF, obviously it plays quite a bit differently than the other respawns. At least when you're talking about pace. When you think about uplink, when you think about hardpoint, it is just constant action, fast, flying at spots. CTF, to some degree, yes. I mean, it's advanced warfare. We'll play very fast. But it does slow down quite a bit. And I do think this is something that could favor Epsilon, just in the playstyle of CTF. Maybe not, okay, I shouldn't say favor. I think it still favors Prophecy, but it is much better for them, I think, than an uplink or a hard point. I think they have a much better opportunity here to take this respawn. Yeah,
I think especially with the ARs as well. I mean, we know Swanee had a bit of trouble there in that game, but as we were talking about, maybe not necessarily the best map to utilize a player of his ability. This sort of map is, if he can lock down that left-hand side with the pool side, then he could do work down there. And then you got players like Mad who can also help out with that. If they can start controlling around pool, they'll be able to get some caps.
Well, this is very similar. I believe they played Detroit S&D. I think they played against Optic and also this particular map. And Swanee was really up and down as far as controlling poolside. We'll see if he's able to lock it down in this particular game. But right now, if you're just tuning in, it is a 2-1 advantage for Prophecy in this best-of-5 first quarterfinal match on Championship Sunday. We are going to go to a quick commercial break, and then we'll be right back. Don't miss the action.
Wait, you're not on it? I'm on it. 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 Where are you at?
Is he putting focus into his future modeling career? He's just
potentially that might be it. He just
not as focused on COD. He's just thinking about that cover in the
like
next
a prince, isn't
GQ magazine. I would buy that magazine.
I'd buy a few copies personally.
Yeah, I'd have 3. Just line my bathroom. All right, but we are getting ready to kick it off here again with game number 4. And this is one, again, we just feel like we were talking about outside. We're talking about pool control. This is one where he locks it down. I do not think there is an AR on the Prophecy side that's going to shut him down. Maybe slow him down a little bit. But he was so flustered playing its Optic. If it wasn't, if it wasn't losing the fight to the double battle of Formal and Crim out there, he'd be fighting Formal back and down. The next thing you know, Enables hit him in the face with a sub. He just was getting so frustrated. I don't think he'll run into that as much in this matchup, but we'll have to see how it plays out.
I think Prophecy may be a bit more SMG oriented and maybe getting in his face as much as they can. I feel like he plays a better slow game, obviously, as we have talked. If he can put up them numbers, get himself in a good spot and lock that down, we'll see big numbers from him. We'll see big plays from him. But we need the whole Epsilon squad to really push up their game just that little bit, and they should be able to walk away with this, and we should be able to go to the last map. But retreat, capture the flag. Graphic is going to be on your screen. Very much a popular.
I'm starting off with Swanee.
Yeah, I think we have to. Let's see how he goes.
I bet you he's going to take a right off of Swanee.
Yeah. All right, well, let's see. Just going to try and lock down the middle maybe potentially at the beginning.
You think not going to go straight to pool?
Well,
with this spot,
let's see
where he heads out. He is going to need to get control here. He should dip
using
out.
an IMR.
Oh, well, if he is the IMR, maybe we're going to actually see, is it going to be Remy's going to be the player?
Going in the middle. A few men go down. Nagafen using the more straight off the bat there, but Marquette's going to pick up a 2-piece there with that IMR straight off the bat. So let's see if he can lock down some control for his team. But on board with Nagafen in a really good position to do something.
Oh, right. I meant left completely. I got rest last night, but I don't know left from right. So that's good to know as we kick off.
I was wondering when you said right.
Oh, yeah. I said right, and then I was like, yeah, you were like middle. I was like, why am I confused? Because my directions are completely turned around the map right now. But all right, 30 seconds into this one, and we're sticking with Apathy. He is the one with the first apply pressure. He's got a player there behind the turtle statue. He is going to fall. Both players that push. That was Aqua as well going to drop. But so far, it looks like a lot of early aggression coming out of Prophecy. Definitely what we expect to see. And it looks like so far Epsilon kind of on the back foot.
Yeah, they're just really trying to get in their faces there, and Ix's going to do some work here. Can he pick up the second as well? He's not going to need to. His teammate's going to do it for him. 3 kills do go down. Magcat's in a great position to do something about it, though. Can he hold it? He can just about, but he is going to go down. The cutters are not going to come in. There's no time for that. That's going to be the first capture for Team Prophecy. 3 minutes and 50 seconds remaining there. Already 1-0 up.
Whoever dropped, that was Nagafen last week. Nagafen was the one that did most of the work there on that cap because the 2 players that would have had an opportunity to overextend to shut it down, he met them mid-map and just wreaked absolute havoc on those players, so they were not able to try to get in range there to stop Banks. But we do see Madcap playing a little bit defense here with the IMR, watching over this pull side as he is going to fall pretty much immediately. Great shots coming in from Aqua.
Yeah, he needs to win that gunfight, unfortunately, but Ix can try and do some work here, and they just seem to be making all the important kills at the moment. But on board with Faccento as we do go with an Epsilon.
Brian, let him pass. Brian, let him pass.
Yeah, they did.
No, he's just camping turtle.
One definitely.
On the wall.
Let's go top.
Alright, stay down. I'll kill him if he comes up. Yeah,
Stun me.
Stay down.
All right, quick listen in there as you saw them playing a little bit of defense, now trying to push onto the offensive side. Remy here pushing down pull side. They've got a couple players really opposite him. He's got a bit of help. Ake's able to pick up a 2-piece, though. That should shut down most of the push here. He is going to drop those. Madcat that gets a 3-piece, allowing Remy to get the pull.
Apathy's going to answer back, though. Picks up a 2-piece of his own, and Swanee going to try and put that pressure on. They are going to pull that flag away, but he has some cutoffs to make. It's the whole of the Prophecy squad just line the middle of the map, if anything. But Faccento is actually squeezed through just about, but does go down. Aquad coming up so clutch down that right-hand side. Makes 2. This could be a cap for Prophecy as well.
He tries to bank that one off the wall. Not going to get in range. Doesn't matter. As he's able to get one. His teammates there to clean up another. Are they going to be able to get the pull? No, it's going to be Aches by himself. He's about to get swarmed here, though. Nice headshot there. 1 coming around. Make it 2 coming by that wall side as he is going to fall. And you see... really, we have the Prophecy team kind of wrap back for defense here. 3 of them just dropped. They know the aggression is going to be coming. But so far, Prophecy in control. And it's a rough start here again. Swanee and Faccento specifically 4 and 9 and 3 and 8. So has Madcat for the most part been the one controlling this pull side? Where's Swanee been playing? Let's take a look here. Let's watch him for a bit.
Let's see what he can do with this bot, because he seems to just not be making the kills that he needs to, not getting in the positions that he needs to. I think it's just the aggression from Prophecy that always in his face, so he can never make them kills. And here we go again.
Wow.
Nagafen
He
down the
didn't even
left-hand
see
side.
a player and was just melted immediately. And it has just been the constant pressure coming out of this side. He gets one. Nagafen, can he get over the wall? The stun's in. He is going to be able to get out. Now the overextension coming is the big one. I'm going to check Aches. He's the one who's got to shut down the 2 players pushing. Did he delay them enough for the cap to come in? I think he might have. There's still one more player. He gets cleaned up there by Aquad. That's going to be another cap. And that is the player. First time it was Nagafen. That time it was Aches. Having someone in that position, mid to right side map. He didn't even get a kill. But those 2 players got slowed down so much they could not get a position remotely to shut that down.
In Aces' position, then you stay alive as long as you can. You make those shots and that duck in and out of cover.
You're just as effective, exactly, just dipping and diving, just trying to take shots and stay alive as long as you can.
Epsilon now in a potential position, though, to try and pull this fight. They've got a few men up there, but Swanee going down back mid-map, and it is actually going to be a couple of Prophecy players just turning back around, helping out on the defense, and really not looking likely from them at all in this half. Only 8 kills between Faccento and Swanee. You need more than that.
Yeah, you know, when this map first was being played heavily, you know, it seemed like that cave side was so favored. But, you know, especially this weekend, I've seen both teams just going off on either side. I think it's become a little bit more 50-50.
Yeah.
But right now, you know, if you're Prophecy, technically, in my eyes, you do have the favored side. So Epsilon's certainly still in this one.
Yeah, definitely. 2-0 on this side is not really necessarily a huge deficit at all. It's just a lot easier to pull the flag. It's the initial pulling of the flag that is the hard part when you're on this side.
Yeah, from cave side, if you get over the wall, a lot of times you're out. I mean, as long as you have some of the delay, like we saw both those caps, a lot of times you are able to get it. But yeah, the original pull here is so difficult, especially if you play in the back like that.
It's so hard to get away.
Getting around that corner is so tricky as they're going to drop. They have the spawn out is a lot closer, a lot easier to deal with. But that is going to be the first side. So let's get a round of applause here so far. First half. There you go, crowd. Let's get into it a little bit. Prophecy, good job leading 2-0. We'll see if Epsilon can bounce back.
Well, they need to start getting some control down the side. Every single time I've seen Team Prophecy go down that side, they get the kills every single time. Aqua's causing so many problems.
And a lot of their kills, the big thing too on their caps, their kills were coming in together. You were seeing it in swarms of 2, 3, 4. It's everyone dropping it once because their pushes were a lot more coordinated. And this is what I saw in Hardpoint from Epsilon, what I've seen in also in the uplink. They're
instantly on the
back
back
foot. They're not
as
coordinated for me. They're just not pushing as well together. That a lot of it comes down to just not playing together that long.
Well, they're instantly on the back foot there. They really just get pushed in. You know, the stuns
nice
were
shots
great,
from
but
Madcat,
yeah, very nice shots. But who's this guy that's sticking up here for Prophecy?
Let's take a look. You mean sorry. I see you're talking. Yep, we'll go to Apathy here. He should at least.
He should come back around and help.
Oh, we'll see what he decides to do. Yep, he is going to wrap back. This other player will be the one to likely go for the pull. One wrap back, one grab it. Now he's going to have basically Apathy in front to lead the way here. We're going to have a bit of a stalemate, though, I think, as a pull is going to come on the opposite side. Now, these 2 players pushing through are the ones who have the best chance here to stump this pull. They're going to be able to get right back to him. He needed help there from Apathy. Another player to deal with. Apathy eventually is going to pick up the kill. Will he be able to get hands on the flag? There's a second player there.
Drop. And this may be both flags just going to come together here. Aches is going to have to make that kill. He does so. Remy did make one as well. Apathy's going to make one as well, but the flag's going to be pulled away and return. And this should be a cap once again for Prophecy. That's not quite going to make them.
That's 3 that dropped there. It is the last one alive. Going to be Optic and no one there. He's going to be able to get it through. That was like a 60, how long, a little over 60-second kind of engagement, just poolside with both flags down. Everyone just battling to try and get control. Eventually, though, the coin toss going to go to Prophecy. They're going to take it, leading 3-0.
They just seem to be making all the important kills that they need to, and it's fantastic work by them. That poolside is just completely belonging to them. The flag has been pulled once again. All the kills coming in. Prophecy looking pretty good. They should be going on to the semi-finals now. Still 3 minutes remaining, but can you see Epsilon come back to this one? Magcat's not going to do much from there with an ASM1, and that is going to be 4 now as well. Prophecy looking really, really good here.
And Aqua, I'm going to go with him for a bit. He's 19-11, started off 4-0, make it 5-0 on this side, just locking down this poolside map. I think he was aware there's a player in here. Let's see if he checks back to the left. He does. He's going to be able to catch him. Maybe trying to chase his player down. Play a little bit of ring around the rosy, but eventually able to get the kill. The headshot with the hip fire. One player pushing from the right as well. He is going to drop. Now everyone going to be vying for mid-map / pool control.
Oh, X getting that IMR out is going to cause all sorts of problems for Team Epsilon. Swanee picked up a few more kills now, but it was unfortunate to get that flag return. He is going to get taken down from behind as well, so Nagafen's going to be able to move in there for the flag. Is he going to be able to get the kill as well on the Faccento, who goes down?
Sorry, Faccento.
And this should probably be another flag, unless they can miraculously get across the map. And now,
this is the player that's probably going to have the biggest chance, and he's going to drop. Just every time they get a flag out, just the level of trust that I've seen. I think it was, I think Nagafen got the kill. He didn't even worry about the player behind him. Just started pushing straight for the flagpole. Ake's able to pick up that kill behind him, rotates right back out poolside. Another cap on the board. I hate to call it over early. I'm not going to quite yet, but 5-0 with 2 left.
You can call it, I feel. I mean, you know, if Epsilon have been close and they haven't really even looked likely, I can't even remember the last time they really pulled a flag.
Hey, they got it right now. Remy's got a flag. Here he goes. And he's just got players flying at him right now. He's going to drop pretty much immediately. Good defense there.
The control has never been there from Epsilon. They've never really gotten control of the map, so they've never been really able to pull substantially. And then they've not just been able to do anything with it. And every single time, this is completely different. Prophecy getting the flag. Every single time they get a hold of that, they made a cap pretty much. I mean, it very rarely
he's already got a player. He's already got a player waiting for him.
So he's got it set up. This is going to completely negate away from what they're going to say because he's going down. But at the same time,
so you saw the guy leading the way, though. I mean, if they weren't aware there was a player there in lobby, but just waiting for him to rotate out, he basically had that linebacker. That guy is going to lead the charge, pick up the kills for him so he can kind of watch his back. But, you know, didn't work out that time. But obviously, by the score of 5-0, it's been working for the most part.
Oh, yeah. Very, very well played. 1 minute to go now. Prophecy 5-0 to the good. And it is going to be 2-1 in the series, so they should be able to take this one away. I really can't see 5 captures coming in 60 seconds. It's actually impossible. So, yeah, that is going to be the series going over to Prophecy as we play out these final 50 seconds. And they have looked very, very strong. I mean, we thought they were going to walk away with it. Epsilon looked really, really good in the S&D, but the run-and-gun game modes, you know, very, very impressive. Good slaying. I mean, even with Apathy having that fantastic game at the beginning, the rest of the team picked it up in the other 2 game modes and really took that team to victory each and every time.
This looks similar. I mean, this was pretty similar to the series we saw against Optic yesterday for Epsilon. They take the S&D, but for the most part, the respawns weren't that close. I mean, the hard point was a lot closer in this series for them. You know, like we said, it was like 20 to 40 point advantage for the most of it. But still, they led the whole time. It's not like it was back and forth with 10 lead changes. It was prof throughout the entire game. And to this point, I mean, they just have not been able to hang with the top team so far this event when it comes to the respawn game mode.
But there you go. Prophecy are going to be your winners. Give it up for them. They're going to advance through to the semi-finals. Very, very well played in convincing fashion, if anything. The uplink wasn't close. The hard point relatively close at the beginning. The S&D was taken away by Epsilon. But there you go. The CTF really just shut down any sort of control they tried to get. Shout out to Madcat, though. 25-19. He tried his best, but unfortunately, not every single member of the team firing on all cylinders, I feel. And Prophecy are going to walk away with that one 3-1 and would advance on to the semifinals.
Yep, so Prophecy now, same with, they're in the same boat as Optic, both dropping a single map point, just 1 S&D. The American team's looking so strong again in the respawn. We'll take a look throughout the stats here. And that's, again, another respawn where every single player is basically positive.
Yep.
And they're just slaying off the map. 29-19 for Aqua, 28-19 for Aches. Really just everyone firing all cylinders, but the big part, again, for me, I don't know if it's just chemistry or trust, whatever you want to call it, but just the pushes. It was so much more coordinated. It was so fun to watch. Every time they got a flag out, you could just I wouldn't even look at what was going on the screen. Just stare at the map,
wasn't it?
Just stare at the map, and you're like, they're gonna pull.
Yeah, they just seem to have the cutoffs every single time.
Yeah.
I mean, whoever needed to fill that hole was doing it because the rotations were so good from everyone. If you had to do a job, it was done. I mean, Aix was sitting back there at one point. Nagafen was sitting back there at one point. Making them cutoffs with the AR, slowing the Epsilon team down, and nothing they can do. When the flag's away, you're trying to get in there. Every single man is going down. It's impossible. And it was just so clinical, if anything, from Prophecy. Every single time they got to hold that flag, most of the time anyway, they were pulling that away. I mean, let's see, returns from Prophecy, only a few. I mean, and at the same time, if you look at Epsilon, they only had 3 returns in that whole game. And so, I mean, that explains it.
And you'll see a lot of, sometimes these CTFs, especially depending on the map, a ton of returns, especially on stuff like Biolab. Not as many on retreat, but still not really back and forth at all. Completely controlled by Prof. I'm excited to hear what our analysts have to say. Puckett, take it.
All right, thank you, Maven. From 8 teams, we are down to just 7. Prophecy is going to advance into our final 4. Fellas, before we get into the details, game by game, big picture, Ali, what do you think of that matchup?
Really good. Prophecy just made the plays it needed to make there, and I think, unfortunately, Epsilon was lacking a little bit in the uplink and then the CTF towards the end, and as a result, Prophecy came out and took that victory.
My big take on this one, Prophecy sucks at S&D, man. Mud Dog, tell me, though, Prop as a whole, how are they playing so far in this tournament?
You know, they were really playing as a unit and Respawn, playing their trades very well. In terms of the search and destroy, I don't really know how they are as a search team, but they definitely were not playing Detroit right. We'll get into that a little bit later when we go in depth in the analysis, though.
All right, before the matchup, I said Swanee is going to be the key player from Epsilon. He got shut down. The bow was not as strong as it needed to be. On the other side, though, Aix was dominant with his AR. We have an interview with him right now down on the floor.
Thanks, Puckett. So we're here with Aix again from Prophecy. You guys have just taken out Epsilon. How does it feel to get through the semifinals?
It feels great, you know. But we really wanted to win 3-0, so we're kind of disappointed in that. But, I mean, it was a great match, and Epsilon's a great team. But we're feeling confident. Our respawns are looking almost perfect, and really feeling great in my team.
I asked a couple of people earlier if they had any questions for you, just in case you did come on. Yeah, and they basically asked why you picked up the 2 TR boys. Like, what was it about them that attracted you?
Well, I think me and Apathy kind of talked, and we really liked the way we play together. And then we kind of looked at what we wanted. Aqua obviously was the first pickup we made, and we kind of wanted his versatility and his aggression. That was something we really were wanting to add to our team. And then when we talked to him, we were like, hey, like, who do you think about your teammates Nagafen and whatever? And he said Naga would play perfectly with our team and fit pretty much. He does fit the way we exactly want him to play, which is that slow kind of bow, like there when we need him to be, trading our kills, playing for the win. And I think we're just meshing a lot better than, to be honest, we thought we would.
In the other quarterfinal, there's Denial and Optic Nation. Who would you prefer to play against?
I mean, I think anybody would say they want to prefer to play Optic Nation, but I think we want to play a Denial. I mean, you got to beat the best to be the best, and I think that's something we really want to do. And I know they want to get their revenge, ironically enough, against the team that beat them at Champs. So we definitely want to play the better team, and we want 3-0.
Perfect. Okay, so that's been Aix down with us on the stream. We're going to go back to Puckett in the studio now.
All right, thank you, Mike. You got to beat the best to be the best. Not afraid to take on Denial before they face off against Denial, though. We got to break down their first matchup here. Ali, talk me through that first hard point. What were some of the highlights in your eyes?
I think Apathy played really, really well there. He got a crazy 11 gun streak and got 3 headshot kills back to back, which looked crazy in the kill feed. He finished off going 42 and 34, and just played phenomenally for his team, slaying, making sure he was on those objectives at the same time, and really putting some great work for his team.
Mud Dog, what made them so good in this hardpoint game on Solar?
You know, Apathy, on top of all those kills, was just putting a ton of pressure on the hardpoint. He had 14 caps, and when you have someone slaying that well on top of putting that pressure on the hill, it really makes it difficult. Aqua also had 12 caps, and then I believe Nagafen had like 9 or 10. He was right there. So their pressure was just relentless.
I was watching Epsilon constantly trying to break, and here is the play, guys. Watch Apathy here. He knows the pressure's first coming from A Street. Then he's going to turn his attention over to B, realizing the spawns have flipped, and he just shuts it down. There's one, there's two, third one up top, switching to the ASM-1, just destroying people. Apathy caught fire, and that was early on in the game. From there, I think that was the key moment where they're just like, Apathy just went off, feed on that energy, keep the pressure on him. I thought it was going to be Epsilon, able to hang, able to really kind of even out on the kill side. Wasn't happening. Prophecy made a statement in that game number 1. But game number 2, things did not go Prophecy's way. And Ali, before we get to Mud Dog with the deeper analysis, what's kind of the big picture of that search?
I think we actually saw sort of a role reversal there where Apathy actually didn't play quite as well, only going 0 and 8, unfortunately, for his team, so really sort of letting the side down a little bit. And as a result, Epsilon just played a lot better, and I think, as Mud Dog's going to say, he saw some plays there that maybe didn't quite work out in favor of Prophecy.
Yeah, so one of the biggest issues that Prophecy had on this map, you need to really push for control of this pit, wall area that we see Nagafen at right now. Because if you don't have control of that, it really gives the defending team some lines of sight that they shouldn't have. And when you control that area, you can also stand on that top blue wall to get lines of sights over at Crate. It's good. They were trying to play it a little bit too slow. And when you're playing slow, if you're going to do that, you need to be running double tacticals or double frags, double semtex, double stuns, stuff like that to trap them in B, push them out. And I think they were just all using lightweight or something, because I saw the most I ever saw was 1 nade by them. So if you're going to play slow, you really can't play it with class setups like that.
Yeah, you were talking about the tacticals. You're like, you need to slow down your opponent from getting into school. You need to be able to watch that front entrance to B, and that wasn't happening. You saw Faccento there. He ends up with 11 kills. He was really kind of on top of the leaderboard the whole way through for Epsilon, and it wasn't with the AR. Not what we saw him really doing with TR back at World Champs. Instead, he's really kind of converted over to that sub role, and I really love that last play you saw, just jumping through the window, juking his opponent, constantly putting on the pressure. Faccento went off in that search and destroy, and Epsilon at that point, I didn't know. Maybe they'll be able to bounce back in game number 3, but really, when we got to the uplink, this was pretty one-sided. I want to give a big shout-out to Nagafen for the way he played. He went -1, and a lot of people are going to look at him and be like, no, I didn't have that great of a game. He was the man not allowing anyone near the satellite drone off the respawn, just keeping them at a distance, playing really stable, playing for the win. Like Egg said, anytime he saw a moment where there would be pressure on the satellite drone, he grabbed it, he threw it at a distance, and kept the opponents back in their base. And Swanee, to be honest, couldn't keep up when I was watching the uplink game. But guys, what did you think about that matchup?
Well, the point you just brought up was very good, because when you control that reset and get the ball to their base, as we talked about, it's the only objective of the game, that ball. So when you have it out of there, you have complete control of their base. They have to worry about that.
Yeah, indeed. I mean, you mentioned some of the plays by Nagafen, sort of doing more of the sort of dirty work, which as a person doesn't play a lot of competitive, I wouldn't necessarily pick up on that. But some of the sort of more obvious plays was from Aches, where he got, I think, 8 points for his team overall, really, really helping out that overall 14-6 scoreline for Prophecy. Swanee not doing quite as well, as you mentioned, that sort of important player. Didn't quite step up, only going 16-29, and just wasn't his game.
Yeah, Swanee just, I don't know if it's AW or if it's just the respawn game modes, but everyone's always been telling me Swanee, one of the best players in Europe. Honestly, after watching that matchup, I thought he may have been one of the weaker players on the team. Faccento also had a really rough game 4, and I know that's what we're talking about next, the capture the flag. I thought, if Swanee can lock things down with the battle over on poolside, they definitely have a chance. They held Prophecy to just 2 caps on the first side, but when they had it flipped, when they had the better spawn, really weren't able to get much going on. Mud Dog, give me the deeper analysis of that CTF.
Yeah, so obviously having your AR control poolside on retreat CTF is very important, and I didn't see the exact stats at the end of the game, but I know Swanee was around like 15 and 30. And then Faccento just really struggled that game. I mean, one of the biggest issues was I had about the same amount of kills as him. 10 kills in 10 minutes, that's not a very good average.
1 kill a minute, not so good. And you can see here, like Mad Cat and Remy really started off strong. 17 and 11 for Mad Cat. Remy, 17 and 11, also putting pressure on the caps. But it was Aqua really running those flags. Aches was in on the mix. Apathy there to support. Nagafen also with a capture. It really just seemed that Prophecy, the more practiced team, and I think Epsilon has a lot of potential with this current lineup, but you could really tell that they've only been a squad for just a few days, did not have what it takes to keep up with Prof here in our final 8.
Yeah, we definitely saw, as you said there, Prof is just playing more of it like as a cohesive unit. You could tell they had practice, tell they had chemistry, and that's really where Epsilon struggled there.
Allier, from a kind of bird's eye view on this whole tournament.
Yeah.
We highlighted Prophecy as arguably a top 4 contender. We know they're now guaranteed in the top 4.
Yeah.
If Denial makes it through to the next round, do you think Prophecy can hang?
I think they can definitely hang. It's going to be a close one. Denial, of course, world champ, so it's going to be really tough. I think I'd lean towards Denial to take it, but I definitely think it's going to be close and a fantastic game for sure.
I don't know about you guys at home, but I think Prophecy is the real deal. Excited to see how far they will go in this tournament. Can they make it all the way to that championship match? That is still to be determined. But guys, we're going to a quick commercial break. When we come back, we have match number 2 from the quarterfinals.
Wait, you're not on it? I'm on it. 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 Where are you at?